Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Brennan Whalen, and it is the greatest privilege of my career to serve as the advocate for these two men here, Nick and Jeffrey. We're here this Wednesday and every Wednesday with another episode of Wrestling Card Weekly. Fellas, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
How
Now watch out for my ATV.
My God, have you ever seen somebody throw more of like a soccer fake?
A dive?
All down? Yeah, dive.
Oh, she went full LeBron.
Yeah, beautiful. And hey, get your bag, lady. I'm not mad at you.
No.
How we doing, boys?
Good, man.
It's the end of WrestleMania weekend. We are filming this on a Monday. We normally film on a Sunday, but the three of us were actually watching WrestleMania last night, which was actually the first time that the three of us have all been in a room together ever. And we've been
probably
doing
the
this show
last.
For a little bit. Probably the last. It was rough.
Jeffrey.
It was a hard time. Me and Jeff threw bows, but we sobered up and apologized to each other.
I had to play referee.
It happens.
You get mad when the Pander Champ's in the room. You can't handle it. I get it.
You've got a mean Hurricane Rana. That's all I can say.
These ACLs won't hold that up.
I've got a bad one too.
Oh Lord!
All right, so are we going to talk about WrestleMania?
Yeah, hell yeah!
Because man,
it was fun and weird, and a lot.
I've been describing it as out of all the WrestleManias, it was a WrestleMania.
It was a WrestleMania.
It was a WrestleMania. Like, you know,
Yeah.
It was. There were parts I didn't like getting to a little bit.
Yeah,
I was sports entertained.
I definitely went back and rewatched some matches sober, and had a bit of a different feeling on some of them. Thought night one's main event was better than I initially thought it was. Initially, I was like, this is just a great match. Rewatch, it was fantastic. There was a lot of stuff that I was initially impressed with, and I was like, no, you were just drunk.
Yeah.
But there was but all around it was Mania weekend.
Yeah.
You know?
It was a blast. Best time of the year.
Exactly.
And for us with wrestling cards, it was packed with news.
There's so much news.
Shit, was it ever?
If you guys want to, I think the best place to start is probably talking about the WrestleMania and the debut patches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw that Gelman was like hard looking and had a spreadsheet for all the WrestleMania patches from last night. He found most of them. But those are going to be ridiculous. I mean,
the Cena one in general, man.
I'm curious to see how they roll them out, right? Like, do they roll them out in a high-end set? Do they roll them out, in what is basically a mid-end set like Chrome Update, mid to low-end set like Chrome Update? Do they
see? I don't know if WWE will get an update, but I say it with baseball. That's what they do. I don't know. Like, I also had the thought that maybe they like almost hidden gem them in random sets as like a standalone card, obviously, because they're all one of one.
Like across all the sets. Yeah, that could be cool. I've always liked Topps has done that with some auto sets before and stuff.
I think that would be a good way to keep hype for like every release.
Products. Yeah.
Like, okay, this is the 2025 WrestleMania patch, so it's in a 2025 product. Go find it.
That's what I was thinking and what I'm hoping for.
It's just like Wonka's golden. It's like Wonka's golden ticket, right?
Honestly, that'd be a missed opportunity not to do so with wrestling, because I mean they have the 3 separate patches, so unless you just dictate one to a different release, but I think it'd be cool if they were just spread out.
Yeah, and then it gets it into the. If you're just going random products, you can get debut patches into the hands of collectors quicker.
Yeah,
right? Instead of just waiting for once a year.
Yeah, and then maybe that opens them up. I don't know if Topps would do it, but it would be a good ploy to have the option for them in some retail rather than just hobby or just high end. Maybe just like spread the wealth to their.
That would be super. That would be really interesting.
Yeah, I'm interested to see who they like, what they choose to put them in.
It's gonna be a chase, man.
Yeah, and I think
I'm curious all over again.
Curious how they're going to go about what constitutes a debut for the patches. Like, for example, Rusev came back tonight. Would he get a debut patch? I mean, he technically has been on the roster before.
Yeah,
but with it being like a 5-year return, I would think he would get one.
Yeah, I mean, it's Topps. I mean, it's Topps rules, right? Whatever they decide is a debut patch is debut patch.
Well, they did specify main roster debut.
Yeah.
So I would assume it's just going to be free agent signings for people who have never been in the WWE, and then NXT call-ups.
Yeah, so we'll get a Julia, Stephanie Vaquer after tonight. Has Roxanne Perez ever been on the main roster?
Yeah,
she has. That's what I thought.
I think that leaves the only dispute, I guess, which we'll find out, is if they have, because with the baseball debut patches, obviously it's like, okay, this is their MLB debut. There's
easy, simple.
It's right there. Right. Yeah. But with wrestling, are they going to be like, okay, only once they are a full main roster, like once they make their debut, like their call up, or is it going to be like Roxanne has a match, but then, okay, next month she's a full-time main roster person.
Right.
I think they need to keep it with first appearance.
Yeah, but Julia was wearing the debut patch on her boot tonight.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
so I'm hoping.
Definitely staying.
Yeah.
So
I think that's what they'll do. Hopefully,
will be the next great argument in the hobby. What constitutes the debut patch?
Yeah. Shout out to Josh. You thought rookie cards talk was bad.
Yeah.
These are going to be worse.
Yeah. Let's see. We had the Topps times WWE times Cactus Jack set come out at Mania this week.
Yeah. Good looking cards.
Do you like them?
They've got kind of they remind me of like a little ruthless aggression kind of thing. I think they're pretty cool in kind of a retro, a little cheesy kind of way. I like them.
I think they're a little overdone, but I get it. Like, it's cool, and it's cool because it's something new, like something. It's cool in general that they did this for WWE.
Yeah.
Like I've mentioned it to a bunch of people before, but just it seems like Topps is taking wrestling very seriously, like they are other sports now. So it's cool in general, but some of the photo choices, man, were awful. Not this one, of course.
Yeah, I should have grabbed. Not a fan of that Liv photo choice.
I was gonna say if you've seen the Liv Morgan, it's not good.
I'm not I guess it's just because I'm not the viewer they're trying to attract with like a Cactus Jack affiliation. Like, I don't listen to a lot of Travis Scott.
That Liv's atrocious. Sorry.
So
that sucks.
I don't see the value in the extra cost of these over their counterparts in Topps Chrome. But for somebody that is a big Travis Scott fan, which a lot of people are, I get it.
Yeah, and Travis Scott is and that's the same conversation that everybody had when Bad Bunny debuted. I'll admit myself, I'm very insular. I had never heard of Bad Bunny before he debuted and before he showed up in WWE.
Right.
Travis Scott I'm more familiar with. But yeah, no, Travis Scott is pretty huge. So it makes sense. It doesn't make sense enough to fuck up the main event of night 2, but it makes enough sense to give him his own kind of card.
Yeah.
And the merch line he did.
Oh, that merch line is
those are phenomenal.
I want that Cena jersey so bad.
I want the CM Punk shirt.
That CM Punk shirt's sick. Yeah, the whole the whole collection's great.
except for that like multi-$1,000 hardcore title belt that does not look good.
Oh, I saw that earlier.
I might be in the minority on that, but I thought it looked horrible.
No, the hardcore belt, it was supposed to look like a piece of trash.
Yeah, I just don't want to pay $3,000 for it.
Yeah,
for something that specifically looks like shit on purpose.
Yeah.
Moving on, something that we should talk about are the buybacks.
Yeah.
Because I saw a graphic earlier, Jeffrey pointed it out to me, and the cards were all over in the wrong spots. So, Jeffrey, do you want to go over for everybody just so?
Yeah, we'll just kind of
rundown of what is
we kind of previewed it before, but the photo Nick's talking about, we saw a post from an LCS which looked like it originated from Topps itself.
Yeah,
actually,
I think it looks like it's from Topps.
And I think it was from Topps, but it was just kind of like a breakdown of, obviously, so it's Tiffany Stratton cards and Jey Uso cards. The photo they showed was like, base cards $20, and it said refractors $40, and it had like a picture of a black and gold out of 13, which is worth way more than 40. So go to the Topps website, check out the checklist. We've tweeted it from our Twitter account, X, whatever I refuse to call it X. And we'll post another link just if you guys want to go click on it. But make sure you follow this for your values, and know exactly what cards are eligible and what cards are not. I did see over the weekend people like spam buying Jey Uso and Tiffany stuff, but a lot of them were grabbing sapphires, which are not available. Like, they're not eligible for the program. So like, I think I saw a green sapphire sell for $75-$80. I mean, if that's somebody just buying that because they want the Jey Uso because he won the title, that's cool. But make sure you know which ones are going in here, because people, and you'll notice everyone is posting, especially on eBay, like, okay, this $20 base card, they're listing them for $19.99. You're better off keeping your money because you have to pay shipping and tax on the $19.99, and even if you didn't, you'd make a penny. So take a look at the checklist. Use these to get more cards later. Trade in. Just be familiar with what you're doing before you go.
Yeah. No sapphire, geometrics count.
Yep. No autos. No
autos.
Inserts.
Yeah, just base and base refractors.
Yep.
So, fun one for the next one, guys. Joe Hendry made a Topps card.
Beautiful. That is
say his name and he appears.
So I love the smiling image in the background.
Right.
And then just bye, bro.
It's like on a delay from because that's the spot where he was doing where it zoomed in and then Randy just came out of nowhere.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Which was a beautiful spot to watch live.
Like, I really enjoyed that.
And you could see Randy Orton having so much fun in that match.
Yeah.
I love to see that. But card wise, I think it's cool for us. I mean, obviously TNA and WWE have their partnership, but I think it's really cool to see the TNA champion on a WWE Topps Now card. So I think does that open the door for TNA releases?
Yeah, and that's something I wanted to ask you guys. Like, who would you want to see as far as TNA talent? Now that apparently they bought AAA, are there any kind of talent? I think we're not. I think this is the beginning of WWE buying companies. Personally,
it is.
I think Noah's probably next, if not TNA. GCW, I don't know. But is there anybody? Do you think that's likely that they get brought into the Topps cards? And if so, who would you want to see?
I think if they're under the WWE umbrella, very much so. Like, I mean, we see here they obviously have the rights to use Joe Hendry, even though they don't own TNA. So I think the partnership alone with WWE's, like, they give their blessing to put them on there.
Yeah.
I think it'll be cool. As far as talent in general, man, Joe Hendry would have been the first one I said. So,
and which, by the way, we're all watching, and as Randy Orton comes out, the three of us watching last night, running down who we think it's going to be. Nick Aldis, Rusev, Aleister Black, everything. None of us even mentioned Joe Hendry. And now, in retrospect, like, why the fuck did none of us think Joe Hendry might be?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but it never crossed my mind.
I was glad it was him, though.
I was too. Oh, it popped me great. It was a great moment.
I'm looking at their roster. I'm trying to figure out who I want.
The problem is that so many of the bigger TNA stars have signed with WWE already, so it kind of eliminates them. Because I would have said Jordan Grace as well.
Well, no, last week I would have said Josh Alexander, or 3 weeks ago before he left. You know,
maybe we can get a nice. No, I don't know.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. But like I think having Joe Hendry on a card is an interesting starting point.
For sure.
Yeah.
And you wonder if it's going to be, are they going to need to appear on official WWE programming, or will they eventually start having, images of them on their, in their promotion on cards?
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think we'll get some cool AAA cards.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. Cards you can hear. You can hear the air horn blowing in the background.
And we also saw, speaking of cards, we saw some new cards this week getting signed.
Ooh, those are pretty.
We believe this is Universe. I think is what it's called, right, Jeffrey?
Yeah. Yeah. So do you guys think this is a standalone like release? I don't know how I want to word this, or kind of like UFC had royalty. Do you think this is just what royalty is for WWE? They just call it Universe, like maybe, or do you think? The reason I ask is Universe, like these photos, they kind of look like royalty a bit.
Yeah,
they kind of look like, not necessarily, but the same card stock and features as Dynasty.
Yeah.
So, like, would they have 3 very, very similar releases like that, or?
I would imagine that. I mean, it seems likely that they would want to have a specific one, like Universe is the WWE specific one. Kind of like you said, the version of Dynasty, like their own special little one.
Yeah, I'm torn. They look good, so I guess
they're sick. I mean, I'm guessing it's the next release.
I would think so, with all these autos coming in, and it looked like there were so many people signing and so many photos of them coming out that it has to be pretty soon.
But I wonder what the price point will be. I wonder if it's like, I wonder what the product is going to be like, right? Like, is it going to be, like you were saying, like a high-end thing, or are those just the hits for the, mid-end?
These
products?
also, I don't know, to me, maybe it's just the foil on the front.
Yeah.
Or I almost feel like these might be like an encased style product.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
Like maybe not, but like I feel like they would look pretty cool as an encased product.
R.I.P. Bailey, you deserve better. Rest in power.
Oh man, she inscribed that WrestleMania 41 Bailey.
Yeah.
Hurts.
Seconds before disaster.
They kind of remind me of the 2021 Fully Loadeds.
Yeah, that's where I got the encased idea.
With the on-card autos and the match or event used relics. Well, I'm looking forward to it, man. It's gonna be awesome. I mean, whatever it is, I'm hyped. I mean, anything's better than Sapphire, like so.
Yeah.
And then I don't have any neat pictures to go with it, but we got video of Triple H signing.
That's big.
This week. That's huge. That's going to be awesome.
I'm sure all the people with Triple H Panini redemptions outstanding for years now are, pumped to see him signing these Topps cards. After they got their replacement white sparkle packs.
Do you guys think we get Steph in a product now that they're like pushing Steph super hard?
Dude, I'd grab some. I love
see it.
That would be really cool. And let's not forget we have, not counting the Cactus Jack set, which we did mention had Julia, Steph Facaire, and Penta autos.
Yeah. Those are going to be huge.
Yeah, those are going to be ridiculous. But the first mass release, Julia autos, Steph autos, and Penta autos still to come.
Yeah.
So they've got lots of legs to carry on and keep the hype going.
Yeah.
Throughout the rest of the year.
I wonder if this set or which set down the line this year will be the first one to include rookie logos, because we obviously haven't gotten any yet.
Yeah.
There are none. But then, I guess we may not have anybody really eligible for the rookie card.
Yeah, it may only work as a second year thing.
Yeah.
Just to kind of keep the confusion down, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But even once we get that, we'll still be back to square one with the rookie card. But
oh yeah. Yeah, it's the never ending story.
I will say I never thought I'd say it, but I'm excited for something that's not a chromium release.
Yeah, you want something. What do you want? What are you looking for? Like a heritage? Are you in a heritage mood?
Even those universe, they're a thick stock, and I'm a sucker for thick stock. And every release we've gotten so far, if you include the Cactus Jack and the Sapphire, it's all just been a chrome variation. So it'll be a full new thing. So, which is funny because we talked about in the episode before Mania how WWE's gonna they need to take advantage of WrestleMania weekend and the hype, but they're not saying anything. And then before we even get to Mania, we have 55 different announcements.
Right. Yeah, and then in promos they were showing stacks and stacks of chrome boxes in the I forget what they call the universe shop.
The
WWE World.
Yeah,
that's why you can't buy any online. They were all at WWE World.
Right. Yeah. Once everybody flies home, you'll be able to.
I really want to know how much they were selling them for there. I'm sure they were way marked up.
Topps figured out the distributor model of. Oh, we don't have any product release day. Oh, we found some product, but it's 3 times the MSRP. Sorry, guys.
Yep.
Yeah, and if you want, you have to buy.
We're not the bad guys. Couldn't be us
at this event that you had to buy.
We're just the middleman.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you have to pay to get into the store.
Man, stuff forever. Do pickups next?
That's what I was about to ask. What'd you guys buy this week?
Ooh, oh man,
let's go first. I'll go first. I'll go first. Yours are more interesting than mine, so I'll go first.
Okay.
So first up, the Sean Gold was a gift from our friend Dusty at the card show. Me and Jeffrey were at the card show, the local Mid-South card show on Saturday. We talked to Dusty for a long time. He gave Jeffrey this to give to me, but then I got there.
I unfortunately slept through it.
Yeah. But Dusty's a great listener and a great supporter, so we appreciate you, man. And thank you for this card. This helps me on some Rainbow I'm working on. And then a KO Orange I got in this week, also with the Rainbow. I'm taking 10 wrestlers, doing gold, orange, black, and red.
Nice.
And then this Balor Black.
Ooh,
the black refractors are just so great. Yeah, and so that adds the black to that. So I've picked up some of each. I don't have any reds yet. Those are going to be interesting, but
don't come across grab the supers.
Oh no. This credit card has a limit.
Get a new one.
This card stops. The bank calls eventually. All right, Jeffrey, which one do you want to go with first?
Just click one and I'll go with it. This one I bought from Mr. Nick.
Hey.
I needed an AJ Styles auto, and I showed off the past and present last week of the Miz that I picked up, and then, well, here we are. Got the AJ past and present at a 25.
The past and present are real hit or miss for me. On some, I've got a Rhea up right now that the change is so drastic that it looks cool. But then I've had an Otis where the change wasn't very drastic, and it's just it's 2 pictures of the same dude on a card.
Yeah,
cool. So
I think this one was right there on the border.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Uncle Alan's right there in the middle.
Yeah. He had his soccer mom haircut.
Yeah, God.
And one. That was a bad time.
All right,
that's honestly my favorite AJ.
This one is just a beauty.
That's gorgeous.
Finally got it in. I bought it from China. It's been about 3 weeks. Finally came in, which was surprisingly faster than some stuff coming from within the States. But
yeah,
the Gold Pandora, which these were the premium box exclusive chases out of 5. And this one, as the kids say, was a bookend 5 out of 5. Just had to get stop. But no, these look really good. They look really good in hand. And
that's sick.
It came up, and I aggressively bid because I don't know when another one's going to pop up. So
yeah,
for Miz, I paid pretty well for it, but
you got to have it sometimes, man.
Yeah.
On those rare cards, like on rare stuff, you have to not be afraid to set the comp sometimes.
Yep.
Like,
I just
you don't know when you're gonna, especially like I learned that with like my pre-war stuff, right? Like there's some cards that have maybe 15 graded copies, right?
Right.
If one comes up, I need to buy it, or else it's going to be 3 years before I see another one.
Yep.
So sometimes you just got to set the comp, and it is what it is. This is the card.
Yeah. Speaking of 3 years
that appeared, tell them the story, Jeffrey.
So first, I finally got my Miz 2022 Select ringside Zebra. This is my favorite set, 2022 Select. The ringside is my favorite card design Panini did, like that specific one in 2022, and it's my favorite photo of Miz. So I'm doing like a majority rainbow of that one. But I've had the tiger and the elephant forever. This damn zebra has been evading me for the entirety of since release. Like, can never get one. I finally found one on eBay a couple months ago, and it was like, I think it was like buy it now, $55 or something. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna smash buy it now. Screw it. Go to let my dog out, come back, go to check. Like, I already put it in my cart.
Ugh.
Press buy it now. This card is no longer available.
Oh,
You've got to be kidding me. Someone smashed buy it now.
No.
And to make it even worse, I go back and look at the sale once it finalizes on Card Ladder. Someone sent a $30 offer for this card, and it got accepted.
Fuck.
I had it in my cart and was going to pay the $60.
Weasley, why?
But so yes, you talked about Dusty at the show. Shout out to Dusty for this one, because I had already gone to Dusty's table. Nice wrestling card dealer. That's where I'm going to spend most of my time. Already bought a whole case worth of stuff from him. Go back, talk to Nick. I'm like, hey, Nick, Dusty showed me some really cool cards earlier. And he's like, whoa, I haven't seen those. Let's go look. We go back over there.
Let me preface that real quick. His really cool cards included a 98 WCW NWO Macho Man.
Oh.
Yeah, some really cool cards.
It was some really cool cards.
So Nick's like, dude, I gotta go see these.
Yeah.
We walk over there. Nick's talking to him, and he, taking the rundown, and they're like dead middle of this, like, let me show you these insane cards. And I just like jaw drop, just go. I couldn't even speak. I just pointed at the case, and Dusty looked up at me and was like, yeah, someone walked by since the last time you were over here and traded this to me. And I was like, well, I'm not leaving without it. So let's figure this out. So I finally got my zebra, and it was a great story, and it was fun.
That was so fun. There. It was fun to be there in person. I was like, dude, because I know the pain of waiting years and years for something to come up.
Yeah, and what are the chances it's literally sitting at his table while we're standing there,
at a card show here?
It wasn't there earlier.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, we don't know the print run on these, but it's low. So
yeah, fate.
Yeah, that was a fun story. That I was glad to pick it up that way. It's even better than just buying it on eBay.
Right.
Nice. Brennan, you pick anything up this week?
I did. So I've been on a little run of buying silly cards that are
cards that make you laugh.
Cards that make me laugh. Cards that are silly, happy, stupid. different cards. This one caught my eye. The 2021 Bushiroad New Japan cards. They did a certain amount of anime like chibi wrestlers, and this Tama Tonga just made me smile so big. Just look at that goofy little fella. I was like, you're coming home. Flew in from Japan. Couldn't have been happier.
Did you order that from Japan?
I did.
Awesome.
Also, from the same
created
buyer,
a monster.
Yeah, from the same buyer, I bought a Japanese Ratatouille card.
Nice.
Which I figured I'd show off. I got that for my wife, who is a cook who loves Ratatouille. And on the Dusty train,
oh yes,
gave me this envelope with a present from Dusty. Shouts out, really appreciate you. And I've been waiting to open this for the past few days. I'm so excited to see what it is. Oh, fuck off. Oh, it's a Shinsuke auto. Oh, thank you, brother. Oh, shit. I really appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Love it. It was hard to keep the secret from you.
Man, that's I'm Shinsuke autos are that's what I've decided is like my main collection. Thanks, bro. Dusty. Thank you, King. I really appreciate that. Thanks, man.
Yeah, you're the man, buddy.
Oh man,
I think we're gonna have we're gonna do a video with Dusty sometime.
We absolutely should. Yeah, he
life of a wrestling card dealer.
Hell yeah!
I think that'd be a fun little thing to do.
I'd love to just know how insane it is. I just want to hear stories of being at a table all day.
Yeah.
I'm so happy. I just snorted. I'm so happy.
Wrestling Card Weekly, where you come to cry because you're so happy.
Yeah.
Exactly. We do it all.
We're bringing tears. You want to do some viewer questions next?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Let's talk about the volume this week of those viewer questions, because we doubled again.
We doubled again?
How many questions do we have?
4 this week.
Let's go. We're gonna answer them all.
We are going to answer them all. If I can find them, give me one. All right. Here we
believe in you.
All right. We'll start at the top here. First question came from good old Sweet Lou on Twitter. What is your Grail card and do you own it?
Yes and yes.
He said, let me show you something.
It's not a wrestling card. Let me do this. It's not a wrestling card, but like Jeffrey, I looked for this card for 7-8 years, maybe. Probably longer, but probably 8 years. This is a card of 3 players from my favorite college basketball team ever, from my favorite college basketball season ever, 3 of my favorite players ever, on-card auto, numbered to 15. I don't know if we can really see it, but it's Derrick Rose, Joey Dorsey, and Chris Douglas Roberts in their Memphis uniforms. For those of you that don't know, I'm a huge Memphis collector. So this is just like dream to me. So yeah, that is my Grail card, and I luckily own it. It came up for auction like 2 years ago. I think I set my max bid at $1,500. I won it for like 120. I won it for like 120 bucks.
I was like, set this comp.
I was like, let's go. I'm setting, dude. I was ready to set any comp possible. I was like, it's like they could have seriously, like, if it would have popped up and a buy it now at like $500, I would have bought it without a hesitation.
Yeah, no, 07-08 Tigers basketball is there, and that happened to be the 1 year I went to college.
Yeah,
that's like the greatest our team ever was.
Yeah,
that was that I still my father and I, like, the finals, he was going to get a U of M tattoo with my dad. Doesn't have any tattoos.
Yeah,
he was going to get a U of M tattoo with me if we won the finals.
Oh,
didn't end up happening. It's a big regret in my life. But motherfucker's still alive. It could happen again.
Yeah. Jeffrey, what's your grail, man?
Oh God! All right. It's a toss up. I'm gonna pander here with two, but my number neither are wrestling cards, but I do have a pretty high level grail wrestling card too. But a Tom Brady Bowman rookie. I just that's my
easy.
That's my top.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if everybody that watches knows this, you guys do, but I'm a huge Patriots fan. I have always wanted, and one day we'll get a Julian Edelman rookie auto. And it doesn't sound crazy because Julian Edelman's not like all-time Hall of Fame legendary.
Right.
But his rookie year is pretty much the only year he signed. And he was drafted as a backup quarterback out of a small school. So it's not like he was just thrown all over the set.
Yeah.
So they're super hard to come by, and Patriots fans know that. And like his bottom of the barrel rookie autos sell for $800-900. So one day I'll get one of those. I also recently have become obsessed with wanting, which I don't care for grading, but I want and I'll never get it, but a PSA 10 Jerry Lawler All-Stars.
Oh yeah.
And I don't
a
10, and I don't know, like, I don't know. I feel
What's
like
the
that
pop
was
report on that?
I don't even know if there are many.
I'm curious if one exists.
Yeah, they do, but
it's far and few
between.
between.
You can buy the David Peck set, the whole set from the Heritage Auction this summer.
I'm gonna have to
sell mortgage your house.
I'm gonna have to sell my house, probably sell your house. Brennan, sorry, yours is gone too.
Hey, I rent, brother. You can sell it as
it's a win-win.
The pop on that card is there's 310, so good luck, brother.
Yeah. Well,
that's a very popular one. So very
I'm
looking to pick up. Yeah, I'm looking to pick up. You could go for a Dundee, Tim.
I could, honestly, I would also really like a Coco Beware.
Yeah. There's only one really Dundee. Cool. There's only one Bill Dundee 10. So no.
I have two different Coco Beware autographs.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really like Coco
I
Beware.
love Coco Beware. Yeah, I've met him a few times.
Personalized autographs from him. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Oh man, one of my saddest moments was I didn't have enough money to buy a guitar off him. He's actually a great guitar player, and he just like hangs out at music shops. And my buddy Josh's brother-in-law mentioned that he had a guitar for sale. I just didn't have the money.
That would have been such a sick.
Yeah.
Oh, to have a Coco. Yeah, and I'd of course have him sign it.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to.
Oh wait, Brennan, grail card.
Grail card. I actually sent Nick a picture. This is
actually
okay. So I got it's the Miz Zebra. No,
if I got news for you.
Since I got into cards, I've found out the Sopranos card game, and this is one of mine. Absolutely, though, to be honest, Lorraine Bracco. I want Lorraine Bracco, Dr. Melfi signed cards like that. I love that woman so very much, and I want her autographs. But just look at it. Just look at it. You even got Artie Bucco's wife. You've got Michael Imperioli. You got Drea de Matteo. You got Lorraine Bracco, Catherine Narducci. Like it's three main characters, and then Artie Bucco's wife. That's an incredible little thing right there.
It's a fun little thing, definitely, if you're a Sopranos fan.
Yeah, and
this is making me think that Brennan is an undercover employee for Leaf each week that goes by.
Yeah,
He
How
took
do you
Brian
do, my
Gray's
fellow
place as
Leaf
CEO.
enjoyers?
Yeah.
No, it just turns out that they have everything that I like. They're the silliest
awesome.
card company of all time.
Yeah, I do enjoy some Leaf stuff from time to time.
Yeah.
I've been ripping some of the poker set lately. Ripped a ton of the Blue Mountain State stuff.
Yeah.
So
Absolute degen.
yeah, well, give us next question.
Oh, now you want to move on. All right, next one comes from Corey. He says, this one isn't card related, but it's pretty interesting. Do you think if Matt Cardona returned to WWE, could he maintain the character image that he's built since he's been gone, or would he have to do something new?
No chance.
No chance?
Cody did it.
Chance if that's what you got. Yeah, Cody did it, but Cody came in. I don't know. I think a lot of that had to do with Vince. And with Cody, with Matt, I feel like they would initially get with like kind of the gritty indie thing, but he can't perform like that. And that's the thing. A lot of Matt's mystique just in the ring, like, away from all of his other projects, like a lot of it has to do with the fact that he's in a fucking VFW hall. He's at a GCW show. The setting is so much a part of what his characters become that it seems like it would be hard to translate into an arena.
I can see that.
That's just me.
That makes sense. I hope he does do something because I'm a big Cardona fan. So I hope they work something out and figure something. But
he seems to be doing great right now. I mean,
he is. He really is.
I love.
Dude, he just got the new. He just got a new show on Busted Up in Radio.
Yeah. It doesn't have to. While it would be cool to see him in WWE or cool to see him in AEW, I kind of like that he's just running around like a cowboy. I think that really is the draw.
What if we pose the question that made me think, do you think he could hold the exact same character and style in AEW?
No, I don't think he could in AEW.
You don't think so? Do you think there's a better chance there than WWE?
There would be, because he could work more of, he could do like a deathmatch style, which he's done a few times with Nick Gage and some other people. And that would keep it there for a little bit.
Yeah.
But eventually you're going to just be wrestling. Eventually you're just going to be a wrestler in a wrestling company. And I think what really makes him such a cool character is the fact that he was this WWE polished kind of guy.
Yeah.
And now he's a cowboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But keep making the big rubber guys, please.
Yeah, please keep making those. Golly,
those are so cool. Yeah.
All right. Next one was from Matt on Twitter. He said,
"Hey Matt,
this one got me. Why would you have a set called Flawless then allow the gems to be off center?"
Okay, I'm gonna rant.
Matt, look what you've done.
I've wanted to buy gem Flawless cards from this past year's release so bad, but I cannot buy them when the gem barely is in the window where the gem is supposed to be. It looks like shit. It's piss poor quality control.
Is it like that in other sports?
I don't remember saying to myself, "Oh, this is terrible." But then again, I've only sparsely looked at buying basketball before, so I don't know off the top of my head. But it's just for a product that is, I think manufacturer pricing was like 13 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just have the gym centered. Have somebody put them in there themselves. Like,
yeah, I have the Miz one, and I never thought about it until someone brought it up one day, and I was like, "Oh my god, it is off center," and now I can't look at it the same.
No, it ruins the card.
They almost all are. Like, even the ones that look like they're centered, like if you really look closely, they're not.
Right.
No,
So
I've always been unimpressed with the ones Nick's ripped.
Yeah. So that's a very good question. We need to ask Panini about that one. And then the last one we've touched on, but we definitely should answer it again. This one was from Chase. He said, for the Topps buybacks, is it just the base cards and those variants, or is it Allen and Ginter, 1985s, etc.? Which is a very good question because with this being the first year this is happening in wrestling, this is going to be on a lot of people's minds. Like, they're not going to know. And I've seen this exact thing in I was scrolling a Facebook group earlier, and someone was like, "Oh, we got this a lot of buybacks for sale," and it was a bunch of like Tiffany Stratton, like women's division.
Right.
So to answer the question, it is just the base card and the parallels of that base card. So the base set and the colored versions of the base set. So if it is the Allen and Ginter, the 85s, the women's division, the paradigm, those are not eligible. Nothing with an autograph. Correct. It's just got to be the base card.
But
so
the geometrics are eligible, correct?
Yes. And I just consider that a variation of the base card.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that does. I guess since it was technically a
different product. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was still just Topps Chrome. But the Sapphire are not, which we've tried to hammer home here. But just check the checklist.
Yes.
Make sure.
Please do not buy Sapphire for your buyback needs.
Yeah. And like I mentioned it earlier, but I'll post a link from our Twitter page later for everybody to go look at again for the buyback redemption, just straight to the Topps website, so you can get it from the source.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's our last question for today, but 4 of them.
4
next week. Be ready for the 8. So
oh god, we're gonna have to put a cap on them at some point, guys. I mean,
hey, that'll be a good problem.
We can only get so popular.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, let's throw question 5 out there, because normally I throw out a blind draft idea. This week I thought it would be a little different. I want to know your favorite and least favorite matches from both nights of from Wrestlemania overall. Not both nights together. Not night 1 and night 2. Yes. But which was your favorite and which was your least favorite?
How do you want to do this?
Jeffrey, he's the Pander champ. Go ahead.
Yeah,
and get
let's not skip over that.
Yeah.
4 weeks in a row. Yes.
Jeffrey and his alt accounts.
Thank you to all of my loyal fans. You will all be rewarded one day.
It's funny how only Jeffrey sets up the polls, and only Jeffrey.
It is a little odd, isn't it? I came in second this time.
Brennan voted for himself this week.
For the first time, I voted.
And you see what happened. and I want to make sure that everybody watching knows this, because Nick, once the polls have been out for about I don't know, like 12 hours or something like that, sends us a text in our group text and says, "I even pandered this week and I'm getting blown out."
Yeah.
So
yeah, Jeffrey just wins. Jeffrey wins. LOL.
Jeffrey wins. LOL. Just like what else did Jeffrey win? Oh, the predictions challenge for Mania. But
oh god.
Yeah.
Now we gotta deal with this.
Yeah.
So now we owe him a card.
The legacy keeps building. But yes, back to the question. Pandering here, but my hands down favorite match was the night 1 main event, the triple threat. Great in-ring, fantastic story. Somewhat predictable, but the way they pushed everything through and like executed the Paul Heyman turn and kind of stretched it out a little bit to make you think each person had a chance. They did a good job with that. And I think it'll open up some good stuff for post-Mania with Seth. Maybe give Roman some time off again, but
yeah, we have not. I did not catch the second half of Raw yet, so
yeah, neither did I. So we'll see how that goes.
There's something happened
a little longer than you guys.
Yeah.
But I shut it off mid Seth promo.
That was my favorite. And I would say my second favorite was probably Probably the Intercontinental Championship match. That one was
really good.
That one was really good.
Brennan?
For me, my favorite was also night one main event. I can't say it any better than Jeffrey did. My second favorite was the women's three-way. Night two, that was just
very good.
Just really great. Least favorite, women's tag. Of course, I like seeing Becky back. I like a Becky pop, and yeah, you guys saw the first half, so now we got heel Becky apparently. But yeah, I did losing Bailey. I think I would have probably enjoyed it more if Bailey was in there, and I think that probably says more about me than it does about the match. In that I'm like, damn it. Like, why is Becky not on? Why is Bailey not on Mania?
Yeah,
this sucks. Like,
I agree.
Bailey. I wanted Bailey. Bailey deserves it. But yeah, that was my thought. Nick,
my favorites are the same as you guys. I like the night one main event. I liked the women's triple threat. I liked seeing my boy Jacob Fatu win. I saw that match was good. I like watching live. I don't know if it was just because we were hanging out and I was kind of distracted or what. I just thought that match was kind of okay, but online everybody was all about it. So I got to go back and rewatch and watch it.
It was Jacob Fatu's. Fatu was definitely the highlight of the match. I can see. I felt also kind of a little more just okay about it, mostly because LA Knight. I mean, I love LA Knight, but
me too.
But Jacob Fatu is a beast.
Yeah,
the guy's
my least favorite match. Wait, Jeffrey, did you do your least favorite?
I didn't. Do yours first because mine's a little controversial.
We probably have the same one then.
All right, I'll go then.
Say it on three. On three. Ready?
All right.
1, 2, 3. Night two main
Gunther
event.
J.
Oh, we picked the opposite bookends.
Yeah, we did.
All right. I went night two main event.
All right. What's your reason?
Okay, so it's like a dichotomy, right? Where like we can't have anything celebrating Cena because he's anti-fans, but like he won his 17th title, so like that already kind of works against itself. The match itself was fine. Like I expected Cena to work the way that Cena worked, but like I think either me and Brennan or me and you had talked about this. You know, Cody talked about saving wrestling not only to not hit Cena with the belt was an interesting choice.
Yeah,
and
Cena
I just personally,
Cody looked like a dumbass.
And like, I'm just going to be straight up. I don't give a shit about Travis Scott. He doesn't tick the meter for me in any box. So like him coming out for me is just like, this is the dumbest thing. This scrawny dude's just chilling with a fake hardcore belt. Cool.
I don't even know if him coming out was the bad part. Like, I get it. It's the influencer, the social media clicks, the views, the marketing. I get it. But I think the bad part was him coming out, and you guys saw me live with this. Like, his music hit, and I'm like, all right, here comes the Rock.
Yep.
And it's like, I mean, in most cases, I would say as wrestling fans, we all fantasy book ourselves to death to where nothing satisfies us.
Yeah.
But this one, I mean, you guys saw my fantasy booking before.
Yeah.
But this one wasn't even like we were all just fantasy booking. It's like the whole plot of this story is The Rock and John Cena, and you don't get him.
It could have been so much better.
And on top of that, it was reported, Meltzer reported fucking 6 months ago that The Rock wasn't going to be wrestling or involved in WrestleMania. And The Rock has been on social media multiple times over the last 6 months being like, that's bullshit.
Yeah,
just saying listen to that. Don't listen to the rags. Don't listen to the sheets. They don't know what they're talking about. And it's just, dude, days since Dave Meltzer was right, another 0. It always ends up this way.
Yeah.
They all talk shit, and then it ends up this way every single time. But no, yeah, that sucked.
Yeah, I just was not. It just didn't do it for me. It needed to
Gunther
be.
and Jay, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious about. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
and I'm not in total disagreement with you.
I don't. It just the match itself, it was okay. I mean, there's nothing. But I honestly don't think Jay and Gunther have. I think their styles differ too much in their like personalities and personas. They clash, so I don't think they would ever put on a 5-star match. The match wasn't bad. Like the in-ring was not bad. Honestly, it was one of their best matches with each other. Maybe not the best, but probably like their second best match with each other. But maybe it was just the crowd not being as into Jay winning as I thought they would be.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the fact that Jay's entrance took 45 minutes. That was a lot of that. There were so many steps for him to come down.
Maybe
and
he
eat all
shouldn't
over
walk
himself
through an entire stadium.
Yeah,
to open the show.
Then just I've been torn on the sleeper hold tap out ending.
I
hate it.
That.
I hate it 1,000,000%. He should have passed out. He should not have tapped.
I agree to that. I definitely agree with that. At first, I was just like, he shouldn't have tapped at all. Like, that's stupid. Like, have him get a pin. Like, you need the momentum. This is an opener for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And a tap out isn't going to get the crowd like near falls and then a final 3 count will to, kick everything off. Like, just the psychology of it to me was like, if Jay had that 3 count after a finisher, you get the build up, like the crowd erupts more. Yeah. But I think I kind of came back on it a little bit where I was like, okay, this is what Gunther did to Jimmy. So maybe Jay doing it to him to win the title, that's poetic justice. But with the tap being so quick and it doesn't really feel like there was any aggression towards it. It's just like, oh, sleeper hold, oh, I win. It just killed the story for me because it was a bad build, but then they like really saved it and it started getting good and I was intrigued and then it just flat almost.
It felt like it felt like a fake ending.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like a fight. It felt like a fake ending.
That's kind of how the Night 2 main event felt like too at the end. Just kind of flat.
Absolutely. Yeah,
like I said, I mean, in the grand scheme, both of those matches were good, fine matches. But I think it's just the stage they're on.
Yeah.
The magnitude of what's on the line on these matches. It wasn't.
Yeah. And with with Cody and Cena, I also like when it was over, I felt deflated, even though I was glad to see Cena win. But also, like, part of me was like, that is Cody Rhodes and John Cena. What the fuck did you expect that match to be?
Yeah.
Bell to bell. You know, take the ending out. I was like, well, golly, they, when I analyzed it, I was like, well, I felt a little disappointed that Cody wrestled like Cody and Cena wrestled like Cena. I expected them to not do what they've been doing for 20 years.
Yeah. The thing is, they're both storytellers, and this story didn't feel.
But there wasn't a good story there.
Exactly.
No. The story was that Cody was late 80s Sting, just falling for Ric Flair's shit again. Cody was, just the classic babyface stooge. He's a classic babyface stooge that just doesn't realize that he needs to do what needs to be done. Which was also, the Killer Cross AJ thing. But yeah, I mean, all around though, it was a great couple nights of wrestling. I really did have a lot of fun, and mostly had a lot of fun fucking hanging out with you two jabronis on Sunday. That was nice. Drinking Natty Lights, walking. I walked into Nick's apartment, and there's one cooler with all the beers. Jeffrey has like 6 or 7 stacks of cards on top of the beer cooler.
The cards don't stop.
You know? And
we were wheeling and dealing, baby.
You know, and I gave you about 45 minutes, and finally was like, "You're the biggest asshole I ever met. I wish I'd never met you. I liked you better through the computer."
Get used to it, buddy.
Well,
this we learned anything. We learned anything this week.
Golly, look, I've lost my steering the ship job.
I'm feeling a little captainy tonight.
I like it, man. Fucking steer the boat whenever you want.
No.
I learned to trust my instincts because I was watching a fella by the name of Steve ride a 4-wheeler around some real wild turns, and the whole time I was watching him, because he went around there a couple times, and he went down the ramp and everything. I was like, brother's going a little fast. That's hairpin turns. There's not a lot of room in there. I've been on a 4-wheeler a time or two, but I was also like, hell yeah, give me a hell yeah. And then, man, when he crashed in that barricade, that was the funniest fucking thing I've seen in a minute.
His face when he turned around.
Oh, and then his face when he got in the ring. All his energy was gone. He was like, "Oh, I'm getting sued. They're gonna take Poncho. I'm fucked. Give me an all fuck."
Jeffrey?
Oh, man, I lost my train of thought now. I was picturing Poncho. Nick, you go. Let me regather it.
I learned that sometimes you need to step back and refocus your collection a little bit. I was just picking up a bunch of random stuff for a while there with no real care about it. And I was like, what do I need all this for? Somebody that really wants it can have it.
That is the fun part about collecting sometimes, though. Like, sometimes you don't know if you actually want it until you have it. And then you're like,
true.
Yeah, I've done it a million times. So that's the fun part because you can always sell it, move it, give it to someone else.
Like all that stuff I gave you. But I'm just like, I'm so used to buying just PC cards.
Yeah.
And never selling. And it's not that I buy a ton of stuff. I have a very niche interests. And so I just buy those niche interests.
It was a blast watching y'all sort, though. You got some wild stuff in that collection.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta. I think that's good advice for everybody new to collecting or old to collecting. Sometimes you just gotta step back and just kind of reassess and be like, do I really want this? You can take that money and put it towards something that you really like.
Yeah.
So gotta do that sometimes. A little reset.
Mine was also on the card front. It was this week. I definitely learned, and I mentioned it earlier, but Topps looks like they're really investing in WWE wrestling cards now. Like, I figured they would. I figured the marketing would be good with Fanatics and Topps and the partnerships and stuff like that. But it's really encouraging seeing. We talked about the Cactus Jack, and we're not the biggest fans of the release itself, the set itself, but just the fact that they did that, the fact that they're doing what they're doing, the debut patches, that's massive. It's in the previous Topps license run, wrestling cards were not on the same level as other sports. They just weren't, and they never were before. You weren't getting any of the big stuff. I mean, last time we got Transcendent and stuff like that, but just the fact that not only the sets, but the things within the sets that they're willing to produce for wrestling as well to keep them on par, like the hidden gems, now the debut patches, stuff like that.
I mean,
that's big.
As soon as I saw they had rock autos, I was pretty sold that they were in.
Yeah. See, I felt the same way, but I was also kind of just like, all right, what if this could just be all right, let's go in there with a bang. Screw Panini. We have the license now. Look what we did. It's The Rock.
Yeah.
Like, could have kind of gone either way, but it's super encouraging to see how parallel they're keeping it. So I'm excited to see what's next, and hopefully it doesn't fall off whatsoever, and they just keep the momentum going. It'll be great for our collections, bad for our wallets.
It's like we talked about. I mean, we still need mass release autos of Julia, Steph Facaire, Penta. I mean, you could Logan Paul eventually. Debut patches. Everything. I mean, there's just so much stuff. Triple H signing, possibly Steph signing, like we talked about earlier. There's just so much stuff that they can use to continue the hype throughout the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Like, it's just going to keep growing and growing. And I mean, I don't know. I'm curious to see where it ends up. I'm curious to see what Topps does the rest of the year, man.
It's a good spot to be in.
Yeah. It's going to be exciting for sure.
Shit, yeah. Well, boys, this has been an absolute blast. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, we appreciate you so much. We appreciate the interaction online and everything. And if you can hit a like, add a comment, subscribe, we really appreciate that.
We really got to work on that.
Click that bell. You click the bell, right?
Yeah. Hammer that bell, and it'll tell you that we're
next week. We're gonna remember to start the show with this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we really should. That's a great idea, actually. But everybody's on the WrestleMania hangover, so none of us are in our right minds at the moment.
Yeah.
But it's been a pleasure, and we very much appreciate you, and we can't wait to see you next week.
All right, see you, boys.
Boys, it's been a pleasure.